Can you please not come in tomorrow? The manager said as soon as I walked into the office. She was the boss's daughter, and I knew she didn't like me, but I never realized just how much. Stunned, I nodded and decided to comply. A few days later, though, the manager ended up apologizing to me. I'm Ben Jones. I had finally been assigned to the planning department, the place I'd wanted to be since joining the company. I was working hard every day, but there was one big problem: my boss. The manager, who happened to be the president's daughter, made my life difficult every single day. Because of who she was, I couldn't push back and had no choice but to endure it. One day, she called me into her office. "Manager, did you want to see me?" "Do you know why you're here?" she snapped. "No, I don't." "Ha, you really have no idea. That's what I hate about low-ranking college graduates." "I'm sorry," I muttered, though I wasn't sure what for. She constantly reminded me that my university was low-ranking, and that I didn't belong in her department. Everyone else there had a stellar background, and I was the odd one out. "I've decided. Please don't come in starting tomorrow." "Wait, what do you mean?" "Nobody expects anything from a plan made by someone from a low-ranking school. The company doesn't need or want useless baggage like you," she sneered, and her entourage joined in, laughing at me. "So, am I fired? Is that official?" I'm the one saying it. Daddy would obviously agree. "You should be thankful you got to work here this long." No matter what plan I came up with, she rejected it without even looking. I'd been enduring her behavior, but I never thought she'd actually tell me to leave. "Understood. May I ask about the copyright of my previous plans?" "We don't need plans that are as worthless as trash." "Got it," I said, and I completed the resignation procedures that very day. Months later, I started working at a different company. One day, my voicemail was suddenly filled with messages. "Please come back to the company. Can you at least contact us once?" The caller was the president of my old company. It had been a while since I quit, and I didn't care anymore, so I ignored the calls. But when they started interfering with my work, I reluctantly called back. As soon as the call connected, the president answered. "Ben, why did you leave the company?" "The manager told me to quit," I said. "That must have been a misunderstanding. Please, come back. We're in trouble without you." The president sounded desperate, unlike his daughter. He had always valued me, but he turned a blind eye to the harassment I endured. I couldn't see myself returning to such a company. "I'm no longer associated with that company," I said, intending to hang up. "We can sort this out if we talk. I'll bring my daughter along next time so we can discuss this," the president pleaded. I hung up without responding. Later, when I arrived at work, I was told I had visitors. Thinking it couldn't be them, I headed to the reception room. And there they were, the president and the manager. "President, you actually came. How do you know I'm working here?" I asked. "The company you're with is a rival of ours, Ben. I used my connections to find you. For now, just take a seat." Reluctantly, I sat down, making eye contact with the manager, wondering if she was actually there to apologize. Suddenly, she slammed her hand on the table. "This makes no sense. Why should I have to come all this way for someone like him? Excuse me. If you want to talk, you should be the one coming to me." Far from apologizing, she was yelling at me. "I don't really have anything to say," I responded. "It's ridiculous to quit just because you got a little scolded at work." "Quit because I was scolded? What do you mean?" "I gave advice on your plan, but you didn't want to take it, so you quit. That's not how a professional behaves." I couldn't believe what she was saying. "That's not how it happened. You told me not to come to the company anymore. You think just because I'm the president's daughter, I got my position through connections, and you don't want to take advice from me." The manager kept going, ignoring anything I tried to say. "Wait, that's not true. You never even looked at my plans." Dad, I've been enduring this, but I can't anymore. He always looked down on me because I'm a woman. She cried, turning to the president as if seeking comfort. My daughter was treated like that. The president asked, shocked. None of that is true. I defended myself. So, you're saying her crying is a lie? I'm disappointed, Ben. I didn't think you were that kind of person. The manager glanced at me and smirked. And it's outrageous to get re-employed by a rival company. I really wanted to continue working in the same field. That's why I made the difficult decision to join this company. That was the truth. Even after joining the planning department I had aspired to, I was completely ignored by the manager and never got the chance to prove my capabilities. I couldn't bring myself to leave this industry, and my current company welcomed me. You must have sold our company's information to get this job, right? Why else would they hire someone as incompetent as you? I did no such thing. I've maintained confidentiality, and this company never asked me for any information. People can say anything. In fact, our company has... Stop! Don't say another word. The president hastily interrupted. The manager, was she about to say something they didn't want me to hear? Humph, such a useless person. This company should fire him. A low-rank individual only brings shame. If Ben apologizes, I might consider taking him back. I'll even reassign him to the planning department. He wishes. For now, Nick, we don't need someone like him. Just bear with it and continue as usual. We'll manage. Then I want a raise. The two of them continued discussing without any regard for my opinion. I've repeatedly expressed my unwillingness to return. Yet why am I being told to apologize and be forgiven? I was so frustrated by being treated like a fool that I was trembling. The manager noticed that. Ben, are you crying with joy? It figures. Low-ranked individuals really can't help themselves. You really are a kind soul, aren't you? Kind? Sure, I am, I responded sarcastically. Taking someone like him back is nothing short of generous. Just make sure you don't irritate me too much. Make sure you listen to your boss, okay? I'll sort things out with this company. I have no intention of leaving this company. You still don't get it. I'm offering to take care of you before you get fired for incompetence. You really are clueless. That's the way it is, but don't quit over a little scolding this time. The president and the manager mocked me. Mr. President, if I may be so bold, the manager is lying. What? After all we've been saying, you're taking this attitude. I'm not lying. That's quite the accusation. Do you have any evidence to back that up? Yes, I prepared this just in case. I said and took a voice recorder out of my bag. I had recorded not only the day the manager told me to leave, but also any other occasions when she had said something unreasonable. What? You've been recording me? Unbelievable. At the sight of the voice recorder, the manager visibly panicked. Dad, we don't need to listen to this. Let's just go. Then I'll play it, I insisted. I played the recording, ensuring the manager, who was trying to leave, could hear it. The recording clearly captured the manager's voice telling me not to come to the company. What's the meaning of this? My daughter was lying. It's a lie, she cried out. There's more, I continued. I went on to reveal all the unfair treatment I had received from the manager. The recording included the sound of my proposal being torn up, the manager and her aunt bad-mouthing me during work hours, and a crucial exchange where I asked why my proposals were never reviewed, and she replied, "A low-ranked individual like you. Your ideas are as expected." It was undeniable proof that the manager had been lying. By the way, this is the proposal that the manager tore up, I said, handing a freshly printed proposal to the president. He took it, visibly shaken, and started reading. This proposal? No way. It's the plan for the hit product this company is currently selling. This was a project I had put my heart and soul into, hoping to get the manager's approval, but all my efforts were in vain. The proposal was torn up without even being read. What? Why did you reject this proposal? You didn't even look at it. Well, his proposals were always so pathetic. I thought there was no need to read them. It's his fault for always behaving badly, the manager retorted. By the way, I submitted several other proposals like this, but none were ever reviewed. I said, handing another set of documents to the president. Most of them were products that had been developed since I moved to my current company. So it's all true. This too. These were Ben's plans. Yes, I worked hard, hoping to be recognized by the manager, but not once did she look at my proposals. Why would you do something so foolish? I'm not the one at fault here. The manager tried to defend herself. Wait, these plans were all developed by this company, right? That's a violation of copyright law. What are you going to do about that? The president asked. Indeed, if we sue, we'll win, right? The president, who had been flustered until a moment ago, suddenly seemed to regain his composure and retorted. The manager looked at me as if to say she'd gotten the upper hand. Manager, don't you remember? What? When I left, you promised to transfer all the copyrights of my projects to me, didn't you? I never said that. I don't remember. You're probably going to say you recorded it, right? What's the point of such verbal agreement evidence? No, it's not just that. I got it in writing, with your signature, I said, showing a piece of paper to the manager. It clearly stated that the copyrights belonged to me, acknowledged and signed by the manager. What? I don't remember signing this. The manager seemed quite flustered upon seeing the document. When I submitted my resignation paperwork, I included this document and got your signature on all the papers. That's sneaky, making me sign something hidden. It wasn't hidden. Didn't you even read the documents you were signing? That's right. Why would you sign something without reading it? Oh no. The manager's face turned pale. As this document states, I hold all the copyrights. I see. I understand. It seems my daughter was really in the wrong. Dad, don't say such terrible things. Shut up. Do you have any idea how much profit you've cost us? Luck, Ben. No, Mr. Jones. Won't you please consider coming back to our company? I promise to offer you a higher position than before, a better one than your current company can provide. What about me then? You were not ready for the manager position. Start from the beginning again. The president's words made the manager crumble, but such things no longer mattered to me. The president was desperately trying to win me over. So, what do you say? Have you changed your mind about returning? There's no one left to give you a hard time anymore, you know. The president's eyes gleamed as he pressed me for an answer. Wanting to leave this situation, I asked the president a question. There's something I want to ask. Sure, ask me anything. It hasn't been long since I left your company, so why are you so desperate to bring me back now? That? Well, the president's voice suddenly faded. We've been very busy recently. I thought about addressing it sooner, but I couldn't find the time. Sorry. I didn't miss the president's eyes darting around as he made excuses. Is that so? Because it seemed like you were mostly playing golf when I was working there. That was necessary for business networking. If you want, I can take you with me from now on. No, that's all right. Feel free to reach out anytime. You're going to be our star player from now on. The president kept talking as if my return to the company was a foregone conclusion. Though he was making concessions, I felt the pressure of don't go against the president. There must be a reason you want me back in the company so badly. Reason? It's nothing grand. I just want to make things right for you, especially since my daughter caused you trouble. The president seemed to be dodging the issue with smooth talk, but I knew the president's real motive, making this all a futile effort. Our company's performance has been growing, and your company has started to stagnate. Right after I joined, the products I planned hit the market successfully, skyrocketing sales and rapidly increasing the company's reputation. I even got interviewed on TV as the planner. Compared to this thriving company, the president's company's performance had been lackluster. Being a traditional company, it failed to incorporate anything new and lacked buzz. Once seen as rivals, the difference between the two companies is now like night and day. Did you see me on TV? Is that why you hastily contacted me? Well, what was it again? Didn't you realize I had left, or that your company's performance wasn't growing until you saw me on TV? I had a lot I wanted to say. Why did he ignore the harassment I was receiving? Why didn't he inquire when I had to leave abruptly for an unreasonable reason? But conveying that to the president now meant nothing. There's no need for me to be involved anymore. Did you think I was unaware of everything? You're a spiteful person. Yes, our company is in a pinch. If you know that, come back quickly. I have no intention of leaving this company. Are you defying me? I was the one who transferred you, a low-ranked college graduate, to the planning department. Are you repaying my kindness with betrayal? I am grateful for being placed in the planning department and offered many ideas in response. However, it was the president's kin who refused to accept them. How dare you speak to me like that? As the president raised his voice, the door to the reception room opened. Ben has been of great service to us, boss. We're in the middle of something. I can't have you entering unannounced. With all due respect, it's also a nuisance for our company when you come without an appointment, occupy the reception room, and tie up our valuable employee. A person of your level shouldn't be so arrogant. Who do you think I am? My apologies. May I offer you my business card? My boss said that and presented a business card to the president. The president snatched the business card, and his face turned pale as he read it. My father is busy, so I came in his stead. I will be serving as the CEO from next year. My boss, like the manager, was the son of the company's president and an extremely capable person, said to become the new president next year. I had no idea. My apologies. No problem. We're grateful for the talented individual you've provided us. The president bowed, trembling. I was puzzled as to why the president was so anxious. However, we will have to decline the collaboration project you proposed recently. What? You said you'd consider it to help our company. I did consider it. Even though it's a rival company, seeing a traditional manufacturer falter doesn't feel right. Then why? Seeing the character of you and your daughter, I couldn't bring myself to support you. Please reconsider. I apologize for everything. Watching the president desperately apologizing to my boss, the manager seemed to finally realize the gravity of the situation. Please help me out here. I'm sorry, it's my boss's decision. There's nothing I can do. No way. After that, the president and the manager were escorted out by the security guards. Ben, I believe in you. I'll be waiting, the president shouted as he left. I just watched him go. Later, I heard that the manager's company's performance continued to plummet, making management difficult. The calls kept coming after that day, so I changed my phone number. Meanwhile, the company I work for continues to grow rapidly. I want to keep working here for the foreseeable future.